It looks like what has happened here is something that I've talked about for years, really, when dealing with these debt settlement companies. Number one, debt settlement companies. I want to start out this video being 100% clear about what you have to watch out when dealing with these debt settlement companies. Is what they're going to do. Number one, which is something that I never tell people to do, is to have stop paying your payments and have your debts get charged off. I do not tell people to do that. That is not something that I would tell people to do. Now, if a person comes to me, to my company, and they've already had their debts charged off, then we're talking about taking them from a solution from dealing with that from that starting point. Because I just do not believe that it's ethical to tell someone to stop paying their payments, that that's a decision that they have to make based off of how they feel about their specific situation and the resources that they have available to make their payments. That is not something that some attorney or someone should force someone into doing. Now, right here, what we have is another debt settlement company. This was just January 10th this year. This company now, they went under all of these different names, and these are the states that are suing them right here. This is the group of states that is suing them. They went under all of these different companies. All of these different companies you can see here. They set up all these different LLCs, and they're actually suing all of the LLCs, all of the companies that they set up. They've put a restraining order on their trust, irrevocable trust. So you can see this here. And what they're claiming, this is what they're claiming, is that this company was just taking people's money, that they were not actually doing what they were supposed to be doing, which is settling debt. Now, before I get to my opinion on dealing with these companies, and I want to break down what you need to know, and the way that it should be, that the way that you could get this done. So first, here we go here. This is on the CFPB website. Seven state attorneys general sue debt relief enterprise strategic financial solutions for illegally swindling more than $100 million from financially struggling families. Now, we all know why these types of programs seem very attractive to people. The reason why they seem very attractive to people is because when people call them up, well, first they hear the commercial, struggling with credit card debt, struggling with debt, unsecured debt. If you're paying, $2,000 a month in payments to these companies, they want you to stop paying those companies that $2,000. They use their little calculator, which is usually half of what you used to pay. So they'll say, send us $1,000 a month, and then you get to keep $1,000. So that automatically puts like this little candy into the person's thought process of, I'm better off than I was if I go ahead and take this deal that they're doing. And they make people believe that there's some sort of program that's allowing you to make $1,000 payments to them, and it's supposed to somehow be bridging over to your creditors. They also use this strange terminology that when we talk to people that have went through this, we have to make them get clear about what this is not, what these companies are not doing. A lot of people think that they're consolidating their debt, like it's some loan that they're getting and they're paying $1,000 a month instead of $2,000 a month. It is not consolidating your debt. What they're doing is they playing on words. They're consolidating all of the debt that you have to chop and hopefully settle the debt, but none of your payments, none of that $1,000 is going to any of those companies. And here is the proof right here. So they were charging fees and none of the money was going towards settling any of the debt. So it is not consolidation. You're not getting a loan. When you pay these people, no matter what they tell you, you are not getting a consolidation loan. You're consolidating all your debt with one company, and it's not that they took on the debt, is that this company is going to look at all of your debt. You're going to pay them a payment, and off of that, based off of that payment, they believe that they're going to be able to settle your debts one at a time. You can be sued by your creditors. When you stop making payments to your creditors, they are going to blow your phone up. No matter what, they can sue you. No matter if you're in their program, they can sue you. They can blow your phone up. They can do anything that they want. Don't believe that because you've jumped into one of those programs that all of that stuff stops. It does not. And when your debts charge off, those creditors will start to look at suing you. But before that, they're going to be like, why are you not paying us? And you're going to be like, I'm in this program to settle my debt. And they're going to be like, what program? What program? And they're not going to recognize that program. I do not care what any of those companies are telling you or what you've heard. We do this. We do this for our clients. So here's the process. Number one, I do not advise anyone to stop paying their creditors. That is a personal, that is something that a personal decision that you and your family will make. If you have charged off accounts, that is in a different category. That means that you've made that decision based off of financial, based off of stress, frustration, based off of your personal experiences that you're going through, and they're charged off. That's the starting point that we would be at. Now, if you're dealing with one of those companies, they are going to say, okay, you're paying $2,000 a month, pay us $1,000 a month, and we're going to try to settle your debt. Now, I want you to add this up in your own mind. Don't let me tilt you any direction. You're just going straight, getting information. If you owe a group of companies $30,000 in debt, and let's just say credit card debt to make it easy, and you go to a company and they say start making payments to us $1,000 a month, where is the logic of being able to settle that debt right away? Because if you owe them $30,000 and you're paying $1,000 a month, at minimum, even at a 50%, you're going to have to make 15 payments of $1,000. That's even if it's at 50%. $15,000. But this is where the problem comes in, and they state it right here. This company had to collect fees. Even if they didn't collect fees, even if they did not collect fees and they just put 100% of your money into an escrow account, which they are required to do, and your creditors came and they said, we want to settle all of this 50 cents on the dollar, you do not have enough money to settle. Mark my word on it, because I've had people come to me that said, I paid these companies. I'm not going to mention any company name. I'm not saying it's this specific company. I'm just saying with various companies that you've seen have said that they put the money in there, payment after payment after payment after payment after payment, and when it came down to it, they could not make the settlement, that the company actually made them go get a loan. And they're like, I've paid you for all of these months or all of these years, and you're telling me I don't have enough money to do this settlement. And that's because their fees, they're going to tack on 15 to 25% of the gross. So if you have $30,000 in debt times 15%. They're going to charge you $4,500 to manage that, to settle all of that debt. They're going to charge you $4,500. They put it on the gross, not on, it's not per account. This is what they're going to charge you. So let's just say you made 15 payments of $1,000, that's $15,000. And we minus $15,000. You only actually have $10,500 to settle on your debt. So if your creditors came to you and said, hey, we understand your situation, let's just move on. These companies will not settle your debt because they're going to say you don't have enough money, and you're going to be like, how do I not have enough money? This does not sound right. I've had people in my office that went through this situation. We added up the numbers and did everything, and they were like, the company would not even tell them how much they settled the debt for. They would not even tell them how much they settled the debt because they were like, I remember the lady, she came to our office, local client. Well, she wasn't even a client. She just saw my videos on YouTube. She was local. She was like, Steve, can you just please review this because I don't even understand it. They were settling debts for me. We were on a roll. And then we got to the last debt and they said, I don't have enough money to settle this debt. And I looked at all of the payments that I made and I'm like, how can I not have enough money to settle this? And they told her to go get a loan to settle, to pay the rest. And I was like, when I looked at all of her documents, I said, they got a loan so you can pay the rest of their fee. You're getting out of debt and then they put you in the debt with this loan company that is paying out money so they can get their fees. I've had this. I've had this in my office. I've had this with people on YouTube. I've had this with people who email. I've had this with people who live chatted over this type of stuff. So what makes us different than the way that other companies do this? Number one is that, and people do not like it. So for some reason, they don't understand it, but we don't let people just outright sign up for this type of service. We asked you question after question after question after question after question. And the number one question is, do you have money to settle, or are you going to be, or do you want to get put into a payment program? If you can't say yes or yes to one of those, we can't deal with you because we're not going to get you into this type of situation. We are not going to get you into this type of situation. We tell you just use your money to pay your household expenses and come and visit this stuff later. That's what we do. And if we decide to take you on as a client because you've answered yes to one of those two, because what we do is we push fast to resolve it as fast as possible on our end. And it's still up to the creditor, or if you're dealing with a debt collector that has proven everything and you got a default judgment and you just need to deal with this, they still have to make their decision on what they're going to accept. We cannot force them. They cannot force them to accept any amount. And I can tell you from personal experience, from dealing with it for myself in the past and dealing with it for clients, thousands of clients that I've either told how to do it here on YouTube or we've done it for them, is that when you approach a creditor, you cannot make them settle for any amount. You can propose it, you can counter, but the longer the period of time goes, the lower the amount that they will accept. And if you're dealing with debt collectors, it could even be lower if it gets to where you have to pay that debt collector. And I got other videos on what you need to do before you even consider paying a debt collector. But if you have a default judgment or a judgment and you can't go back, reopen it, then you're going to be dealing with paying that debt collector also. And you need to look at all of the options that are available. But for this specifically, with dealing with debt settlement, you need to understand that you could be sued and they're not going to be able to do nothing about it. I don't even know if they have a service to help you with that. We have a service to help people with that. They're going to It's not debt consolidation. They're playing on words. Technically, it's consolidating your loans with one company to have them, looked at to try to do settlements, but it is not, your payment is not going to a consolidation loan. That is not what is happening. A debt consolidation loan is where you go get another loan, they pay off all of those creditors, they don't haggle you anymore, and you just pay one payment to them. That's consolidation. Also, these companies charge 15 to 25% on top of, they use the gross amount that they're saving you. You can go to their websites and see it. The average settlement is 75%, and the reason why is because they throw the 25% fee on top of what they settled your account for. Now, not to say if you pay 75% instead of 100%, that's not valuable to people. I consider it valuable. What I don't like is that it's not 100% transparent and people get into situations like this. So be aware, if you're looking at dealing with a debt settlement company, please rewatch this video so you can understand what you will be signing up for. Too many people are signing up with these companies and not understanding 100% what it's all about. Ooh. I want to thank you for your time. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, What Makes Us Different, so you can see my 8-point validation process, my two-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com to grab your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports and all 3 scores. If you have debt collectors coming after you, it is imperative that you jump on it early. Don't believe people who say just throw the letters in the mail. You throw the letter in the mail, you will see it on your credit, and then you can go watch my video about the 5 dirty tricks that debt collectors are using. You are allowing them to start 1, 2, 3 of the process of the 5 dirty tricks that they could use to hurt your credit score and to start the process to hurt you financially. Not to say that if they hurt your credit scores, you're already getting hurt financially. The link for those is below this video. I do ask for a donation on those because that can save you time, money, and frustration. It's going to be 3 letters: cease and desist collection activities letter, debt validation, and statute of limitations letter. Instructions are on those. If you have hardship, if your debts are charged off and you have a financial and potentially medical hardship, I have a program that I developed below. The link is below here. And I developed that because so many people come to us and I'm like, let me make something that can help people on a mass level. It's 100% true. This is what we do for clients, but it's a program that you can do and use it for yourself for all of the debts that are charged off to potentially get them canceled by your creditors or debt collectors based off of your specific financial and potential medical hardship situation. It is not where you force them to cancel your debt or forgive your debt. It's their option to do it. Link is below this video. If you need your credit reports and scores, I don't know if I mentioned it, but the link is below here also. Grab your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports. I got a lot of links below here to a lot of different services or opportunities that you can take advantage of. Thank you for your time. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. Hit the notification bell also so you can be notified of my next video. And post your questions and comments. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com.